Hey guys, it's Extreme Strategy here, and today I'm going to be covering the Path of Change mod. And what this mod does, it adds in several Regiments of Renown for Tzeech, and then it adds in two special units, the Bane Fortress and the Silver Spikes. The Bane Fortress is literally a massive floating fortress that shoots sprays of Tzeechian bullets, or whatever that the blue and pink horrors throw, and just warp fire at their enemies. But first, we're going to be covering all the Regiments of Renown, so be sure to stick around until the end of the video to make sure that you see a massive floating fortress is spraying death upon their enemies. Alright, so first up we got the masked ones. These are the blue horrors of Tzeech Regiment of Renown. They have barrier, special ranged weapon, flaming attacks, and they are weak against armor. But they have something called Attuned to Magic. This is a passive ward save, which gives them magical attacks and damage resistance plus 10%. And this goes off when the winds of magic is 15 or greater. And these guys will absolutely shred an enemy. Look at that. These peasant-long spearmen, after 2 volleys, are already down past half health. I know these are pathetic, weak units, but still, they got shredded. That was absolutely amazing. And the blue horror's abilities aren't just only in their ranged weapons. Oh no, they can engage in melee very efficiently indeed, just absolutely tearing apart the enemies that they'll come across. Next up, we have the Warp Stalkers, which are the Regiments of Renown for the Forsaken, and their special ability is called Soul Hunters. This increases their damage resistance, leadership, and charge bonus based off of how many kills they have made, and each one of them does cap out at a certain point. Inside of combat, these guys can do a nice amount of damage on the first initial charge, and on any charges after that they will do more damage because of their Soul Hunter's ability. But just inside of normal melee combat, they actually do a very good job against the enemy, absolutely ripping and shredding through their lines. Look at this, these peasant-long spearmen don't even stand a chance. Next up we have the Ever Watchers. This is the Regiments of Renown for the Chaos Spawn, and their special ability is called Evil Sight. Bonus versus infantry minus 90%, and bonus versus large minus 90% for the enemy. This is insane, because they're Tzeechian units, which means that they have the barrier ability. They also have sundering armor attacks, which is armor minus 30, and then you're negating any special counters that the enemy might have, such as bonus versus large, bonus versus infantry. You're basically reducing the enemy to nothing, which is very obvious when they engage in combat, and the enemy has 0 armor, is swiftly losing leadership. They're also on fire, which is reducing their stats even more. These guys are absolutely reduce the enemy stats to literally nothing. Next up we have the Void Screemers. This is the Regiments of Renown for the Screemers of Tzeech. Their special ability is called Void Flame, which is a more powerful version of Warp Fire. And inside of combat, they don't seem to do a whole lot of damage. This could be because I'm sticking them into a bad matchup, or maybe I've just forgotten how to use Screemers. Next up, we have the unit we've all been waiting for, the Bane Tower. This is the crazy unit that just shoots the projectiles of the blue fires of Tzeech along with Warp Fire, and these units are going to absolutely shred the enemy. They come in, and they don't do a whole lot of damage on the initial volley. The normal projectiles that they shoot off, those are more accurate, but do less damage. However, the Warp Fire will absolutely shred a unit in a single shot, but is far less accurate than normal projectiles. A good demonstration of that being right here on these peasant-long spearmen who are about to get warp flamed for immense damage. That ripped them apart. But that wasn't even the most powerful of it. The Silver Spikes are the Regiments of Renown for the Bane Tower, meaning more powerful projectiles and more damage and more devastation. You know, how would you like to be the poor peasant-long spearmen who get to see this coming at you and then get absolutely ripped apart? Because the warp fire that these guys shoot is more accurate than the warp fire of the normal Bane towers. So all in all, they're going to be doing just absolutely insane amounts of damage to the enemy. Yeah, but that's not even all of it. You see, they have this ability called Air Superiority. What that ability does is it makes it so that when the Silver Spikes drop below 50% hit points, it will actually begin to release a group of Screemers of Tzeech to aid it inside of combat. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe. Also, go check out the Discord server and this mod. Links to both those in the description below. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.